Welcome back. Let's talk about the modern women blame game and what men keep ignoring. Let's stop pretending that this is as complicated as we make it out to be and actually say what is going on. A huge amount of men's dating advice today is built around blaming modern women. Women are entitled, women don't commit, women ruin dating. It's like I said before, it's women this, women that. And that story gets repeated so often that a lot of the guys stop questioning it. They take it for truth. But that isn't the case. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the time, when men, you and me, when we complain about modern women, what we're actually doing is we are actually complaining about the results of, our own dating environments. And we just don't connect the dots. Let me explain what I mean. Men will say things like, modern women today can't form real relationships. But then when you ask a simple question like, okay, but where are you meeting these women? It can get awkward pretty fast. Because if you're meeting women in nightclubs late at night, alcohol's involved, loud music, party energy, then, well, yeah, you're going to meet women who like to party, who aren't thinking about commitment, and who do disappear after a few weeks. That's not modern women being broken. That's party women behaving like party women. Blaming all women for that, it's just lazy. Here's another one. Men will say women are flaky now. They ghost, they don't invest. But those same men are dating almost exclusively through dating apps. And what do we have on the dating apps, fellas? We have swipe culture, endless options, zero accountability, and then we're shocked that women behave casually, keep things vague, and don't feel pressure to follow through. That shouldn't be a surprise. That's not women suddenly becoming terrible. That's a system that rewards low investment for men and women. Here's a brutal one men don't like hearing. Men complain that women have insane standards. I'm not saying some do, but if you're only swiping on the most attractive women, the most socially active women, the most online women, women who already have massive attention, what do you think? Those standards go up. And then you're offended that you're not the center of her world? That's not her being entitled, that's just math. High attention environments create low priority outcomes. That's as easy as it gets. Men say things like, women don't know what they want anymore. But they're dating women fresh out of breakups, for instance, emotionally unsettled, still comparing and still processing. And instead of recognizing timing as, an element in dating, they turn it into a gender diagnosis. That's not women being confused. That's dating someone mid-transition and expecting stability. That's wild. And here's another thing that really matters, guys. Men say things like women don't commit. Well, there are a lot of men who also don't commit. But then those men keep choosing women who openly say things like, I'm not looking for anything serious. Or even if they're not saying it, out loud, they signal it, they live it. And when those women don't magically change, it becomes another data point for the modern women are the problem. No, that woman told you who she was. That woman showed you who she was. You were just a little bit oblivious. You hoped you'd be the exception. Now, here's the part men's dating advice never emphasizes on enough. Men almost never talk about modern women after meeting women through friends, meeting through work, meeting through hobbies, meeting in slower social environments, because those environments naturally filter out all the chaos. I'm not saying you will have only great experiences, but I would almost guarantee that your experiences will increase in terms of quality and the fun you will experience. These environments create accountability. They slow things down. They reward consistency. Same women, different environment, fellas, different behavior. And that's the key point. The modern women blame game survives because it treats environmental outcomes as character flaws in women. It says, this keeps happening because women are bad. No. Instead of asking things like, why do I keep dating in environments that produce the exact behavior that I complain about? That makes sense, right? If you keep complaining about, women always leaving you and always partying, but you're always meeting the women in nightclubs, well, then maybe you should change your dating environment. And that second question, it's an uncomfortable one, but it's also an honest one. And here's why it matters. Men's dating advice that pushes the modern women narrative doesn't make men sharper or more attractive. It really doesn't. It really doesn't help you. But it does make you more cynical, guarded, and suspicious about women. Men show up expecting entitlement and get coldness in return. Well, sure. What were you expecting? That's not insight. That's self fulfilling. That's self fulfilling prophecy. I'm expecting entitlement and I go into the date expecting that. And, I put myself out there being, this bitter, guarded, maybe a little bit cynical kind of a guy. And then she acts all cold and weird around me and the date leads nowhere. So, of course, it's modern women who are the problem. No, that is just you going in there expecting something and getting the result of that expectation. Now, this isn't about pretending that women are perfect. I would like to stress that once again. Definitely, women are entitled. And sure, there are a lot of women who behave badly. And once again, men do too. The problem is turning bad experiences in specific environments into a story about all women. Once men do that, dating stops being about connection and starts being about resentment. We don't want that, fellas. And resentment, it kills dating faster than rejection ever will. The point here that I'm making is not defending women. The point is to stop men from sabotaging themselves by blaming half the population instead of looking at patterns. Patterns that you as a guy can change. Because the moment you change the environment, the modern women narrative starts falling apart. And that's not because women suddenly change, but it is because the context does. Hope this makes sense. Hope it was useful, and I'll talk to you in the next one.